The new moon in Cancer is coming on the 25th of June, and I'm here to give you some quick tips on how to use it to plant new seeds for miraculous results. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Hannah and welcome back, Cosmic Warriors. Before we do dive into today's video, if you want to learn more about astrology, then head on over to the Cosmic Check-In podcast. And if you would like to book a reading with me, then go to hannahselsewhere.com. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's do this. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about the new moon in Cancer is the new moon will take place at 4 degrees. A Cancer degree, how perfect, how fitting. This suggests that there certainly is something deeply emotional and sensitive about this new moon. Perhaps many of us need some time to just process our feelings, or we feel this call to be there for someone else, just for someone who is dear to us. We might also seek to be around our comforts, our security, so around people who make us feel secure, around the people who make us feel safe, in places we feel a lot more settled. Nostalgia is likely, reminiscing, setting intentions to create new memories. Now, with Mercury also in Cancer, creating a square to Chiron in Aries, well, some not so kind emotions may come to the surface, okay? Conversations that don't feel all that comfortable. So this could be a painful truth or an opinion, something greatly wounding or regretful. Perhaps our thoughts will be quite hurtful, or something someone says may get us right where it hurts. Or it's that we might lash out at others and say something based on our pure emotion, pure feelings. As we crave closeness and connection, there may also be a part of us that sabotages or is quite destructive. Equally, we do notice the wisdom of pain here, of our emotional needs, particularly any unmet needs. Plus, what we also see here, which is quite notable, is how Jupiter will connect very closely with the Sun and Moon in Cancer as we plant new seeds under the moon. The Jupiter Cassimi will have just happened, indicating a new cycle related to our domestic life and our sense of belonging, to our inner security and emotional landscape, to really think about wisdom and truth tied to those very areas, our morality. Many insights will come to light, a moment to retire and to lift ourselves up, or a time of reckoning and awakening. An inspirational message comes through. And so as the new moon occurs shortly after, the intentions we set encourage us to think bigger, to go wider, to expand our state of awareness, and to believe in miracles. A few very profound emotional lessons are likely, provided we are quiet enough to listen and tune in. Such revelations may even be tied to something that doesn't feel all that good as well. Notice how the moon also creates squares to both Saturn and Neptune in Aries, right before they turn retrograde throughout Cancer season. Meaning what? Well, let's consider how Saturn is the planet of karma, of harsh truths and reality checks, and Neptune is the planet of spiritual knowing, of dreams, and of grand compassion and healing. The complexities of such alignments have proven to be challenging over these last few weeks, given the events all over the world. Further increased by the Mars-Uranus square last week. But I do think that a message here lies in how we can grow through our discomfort, through an honest review of how we truly feel. There is certainly this conflicting force present, many disagreeing a fight for people's personal freedoms and heritage and homeland, a chaotic inner world of what is right versus wrong, many questions tied to morality and justice, our patience being well and truly tested, inconsistencies as well related to our growth and our development, a feeling of needing to protect ourselves, sheltering our loved ones, and people's emotions not being so regulated when they don't think or stop. And whilst these matters have been playing out globally, consider how they show up for you personally too. Which kinds of family/identity matters have you been facing lately? Can you feel the friction between the two? Therefore, under this new moon in Cancer this year, this is your invitation to create a strong and resilient emotional home within yourself, to be mature and responsible about your emotional needs and priorities, to be disciplined and wise about how you show up for loved ones, and to set healthy emotional boundaries within your relationships, but also to use healthy discernment, to not give into self-delusion or escapist tendencies, to face the reality of your situation, to not let yourself become overwhelmed by everybody else's emotions, whilst still being kind, right? Still being empathetic. Plus, this is about strengthening your sense of self through your spiritual practices. Now, this is a moon of inner security. It is a moon of belonging, of protection and safety. It's a moon of tenacity and determination, and so we are invited to challenge our beliefs about what emotional security means to us individually. And as we do so, we are called to be somewhat malleable, right? Flexible, to take a different form, a different shape, a new way of showing up. Oh yes, this is a moon of profound identity change, both physically and emotionally. Spiritually as well. Remember, Neptune is the shapeshifter of the planets, asking us to be flexible as Saturn supports our transitions. Saturn creates this force, a grounding, a foundation to build on, all whilst Jupiter pushes us to grow and expand from the inside out. So, be ready to face your fears and your delusions under this new moon. Aim to seek clarity and depth of understanding about your dedication and purpose. I hope you are enjoying this video so far, and if you are, then please be sure to give the video a like and to subscribe for more if you haven't already. And if you're interested in learning more about astrology, then you can always pick up a copy of my astrology cheat sheets. Thank you so much. The links are down below. Something else I want you to remember about this new moon is how Venus will connect with the North Node in Pisces. There will be that sextile, and then Mars will connect quite strongly with Jupiter, so creating another sextile. And also there will be that sextile between Mars and the new moon itself. So let's just break this down a little bit, right? So Venus is our divine feminine, Mars is our divine masculine. Venus is about our beauty, attraction, connection with our body. And so with Venus being in Taurus, we can indeed ground ourselves and practice self-care around this time. We can be patient with ourselves. We can create a stable and calming atmosphere around us, even though life may be quite tough for many of us right now. It's a matter of making life that little bit easier for others and for ourselves, to simplify and to meet our basic needs, to show affection and to display loyalty. Mars, of course, can also help with this. But you see, Mars, on the other hand, is our drive, our willpower, our physical strength. And with Mars being in Virgo, another earth sign, just like Taurus, we can act efficiently. We can take on meticulous tasks, get through our to-do lists more easily. We can make things better. We can improve, refine, do away with things we don't need. We can make helpful corrections. And so with both Venus and Mars in earth signs under the new moon in Cancer, consider what kinds of order you would like to create. Which routines and habits would you like to begin? Any bad habits you want to stop? How can you be more intentional throughout your day when it comes to your routines, the choices you make? But more importantly, how can you make those decisions and routines last? See, this is about maintaining some type of stability and security. Naturally, Uranus is still in Taurus at 29 degrees until the 7th of July. But Uranus is out of the sphere of Venus's influence, meaning we get to set intentions on a more steady ground, it seems. Essentially, I want you to reflect on how you can plant new seeds for long-lasting results that create comfort and security within your relationships, possibly when it comes to your money and your resources. Hey, this could even be a new skill you wish to start. I know for me, I'll be using this new moon to set intentions to do with shuffle dancing. I really, really want to learn and I want to improve, and I'm willing to put in the effort. I have fun whilst doing it. I want to be a good dancer in general. And I think the Mars in Virgo influence is particularly supportive with my decision. Okay, so the thing about this then is whatever decision you do make, be willing to move slowly. Don't rush the process. I think this is about smaller steps, right? Start small, focus on bite-sized habits and changes. Improve with each day, little by little. Be willing to learn the fundamentals. Think of repetition as well. I mean, after all, what we learn from Cancer is that something repeated time and time again becomes a part of our subconscious programming, our conditioning. Same thing with relation to our emotional landscape and our body. And to think also that Cancer is about cycles and rhythms and phases. So with Jupiter involved, be open to entering a potential new phase of your life under the new moon. Plus, also important to note, with Jupiter being involved in the sextile to Mars, mixed with both Sun and Moon, I think this is a new moon that will increase our confidence, boost our confidence. So if you set new goals, if you plant new seeds, maybe you will be supported by confidence, by positivity, by inspiration, provided you don't let yourself become consumed by excessive worry or criticisms. Have an I can do this attitude. Now, as for the North Node, making that sextile with Venus, focus on your spiritual path, on your destiny and your soul's mission. For some, perhaps your higher calling is related to art, creativity, beauty, or possibly working with materials, with the earth. For others, this could be about your values and your intuition being on the same page, or enjoying the process of a new skill, or a new financial situation, and stepping into the unknown. And to also consider how Venus creates a trine to the South Node in Virgo. Well, this is not about striving for perfection. This is not about punishing ourselves and being overly harsh. Learn to calmly quiet any thoughts that tell you how unworthy you are. At the same time, be honest with yourself. Have an honest analysis basically of things, what you can improve on. So if you're not that great at something at the beginning, that's normal. That is completely fine. If you see that you are not where you want to be, it's also okay to notice that, to acknowledge that. But that doesn't mean you should beat yourself up. Use your inner critic to push you to improve and to do better in healthy ways. Though, just a couple more things before we move on to your horoscopes here. Uranus will also create a sextile to Mercury, and then Pluto will be involved in our story a bit. So, expect surprises and transformation, situations which just might blow up our family life and how we feel and think, unconventional solutions to complex feelings and emotions, needing some space as we process our emotions, and honesty regarding our comforts and our emotional needs. If someone tells you that they need space, for example, around this new moon, don't take it personally. It's most likely about them, not you. Growing pains are likely during this time, as well as feelings of loss, I guess, feelings tied to loss. There could be grief that comes up as well, which can make this more difficult. So instead of fighting against others, how can you lean in and say, hey, I'm here for you? Now, by the end of March of 2026, the first quarter moon in Cancer will occur. And so the intentions we set under the new moon will, of course, be challenged and strengthened by our will and our fight. And then by December 2026, the full moon in Cancer will take place. And so we will shed old skin. Something significant will come to light, and our successes and our accomplishments will partly influence our intentions. Maybe you reap a few interesting rewards. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, so with the astrology being explained, let's now move on to your horoscopes. And again, I want to say thank you so much for watching. All right, so first up we have Aries. Aries, your family life and your emotional well-being will be amplified under this new moon. Focus on creating safety and comfort within your home. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your everyday habits and routines with your home space. Create a dedicated work zone, a rest area, make your workspace more adjustable, streamline for efficiency, set yourself achievable and doable exercise or diet goals. Thank you, Aries. And now on to Taurus. So Taurus, your local connections and communications will be amplified under this new moon. Focus then on really checking in with your mind. So this could be journaling, light exercise, meditation, getting outdoors, being in nature. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your daily creative projects with your education. So strongly consider practical applications, refine your current skills, hone your writing skills, for example, set clear and manageable goals so you can retain information better. Come up with new creative ways of solving problems. Thank you so much, Taurus. And now on to Gemini. So Gemini, your core values and financial position will be amplified under the new moon. So focus on creating greater safety and security. So this could be watching your spending, your budgeting, or collecting. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your daily home activities with your resources and your money. So think of diverse ways of earning money, making a home renovation plan. So if there are plans that you have to renovate or change your home, make a plan that is doable. Reduce your debts and your expenses if you can. Check in with your family members and your loved ones. Discuss your financial goals openly and honestly. Thank you so much, Gemini. And now on to Cancer. So Cancer, this of course is your new moon. You are the star of the show, and happy birthday to you solar Cancerians out there. So Cancer, your sense of self and overall approach to life will be amplified under this new moon. So focus on a new chapter, a new phase. You may very well have no other choice in the matter, it seems, because there is this significant period of growth that is upon you, Cancer. A kind of transformation, honestly. So imagine what it would be like if you aligned, for example, short distance trips with your appearance or your goals. So this could be, for example, wearing more comfortable clothes, considering the functionality of your items. If a goal of yours is to motorcycle more, or to buy a camper van, or to explore more local spots, local areas, make your steps manageable, make them count, be practical, map out your trips and think about your purpose. Thank you so much, Cancer. And now on to Leo. So Leo, your subconscious patterns and emotional healing will be amplified under this new moon. So maybe you can try and focus on creating a safe environment where you can let out your emotions, or try and just make time for your spiritual practices, or for some alone time, time to visualize, time to imagine and dream, Leo, to get inspired. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your financial and security ambitions with periods of rest and recovery. So for example, sometimes less is more. Make rest a priority. Review where you are financially and make your goals manageable. Leave room in your budget for self-care. Take a mini trip away if you can, and see that rest is just as important as activity. Thank you so much, Leo. And now on to Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, your communities and your wishes for the future will be amplified under this new moon. So for you, maybe try and focus on group projects and collaborations, on creating safe environments for others, safe spaces for others to learn and share. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your new ambitions and goals with your hopes for the future. Clearly define what your new ambitions are. I know for me, I would really love to host in-person workshops within my local area, and so it is important for me to create a plan. I have to remind myself that I'm not going to get there overnight though. Got to take it slow. Also, be clear about your future hopes. Don't just see them as a dream. Do your research and gradually look into things. Make each step practical and put in consistent effort. Thank you so much, Virgo. And now on to Libra. So Libra, your public life and your career prospects will be amplified under this new moon. So for you, try and focus on a new chapter, a new phase when it comes to success, accomplishment, achievement, status. Your direction just may change for the better. So imagine what it would be like if you aligned your accomplishments with your time in solitude, with your imagination. Maybe try using your time behind the scenes until August by reflecting, refining, planning, just making significant adjustments, little tweaks, Libra, to make your life easier. Also, see alone time as just as beneficial, as activity. See it as a way to help you with goal setting. Even see rest as a beneficial player when it comes to your goals. Thank you so much, Libra. And now on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, your beliefs and your big picture thinking will be amplified under this new moon. Focus on deepening your connection with a higher power, or by seeking guidance from teachers, mentors, supportive people. Imagine what it would be like if you aligned your moral compass with your wishes for the future. So, for example, consider what your core values are within your relationships. Ask yourself if you're acting with integrity. Show up consistently and honestly, and protect your moral code. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Now on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, your shared resources and your psychological world will be amplified under this new moon. So focus on identifying patterns and themes that can really tell you a lot about your own healing and your emotional needs, your emotional security. Also consider how your intimate partner feels as well. Imagine then for you, Sagittarius, what it would be like if you aligned trust. So trust with your new professional or purpose goals, purpose-related goals. See the bigger picture. Be open to learning something new. Check in regularly with your progress. Take risks that are strategic and well planned out. And of course, make your goals manageable with a clear definition as to why you're doing them. This could be a bit of a challenge for you with manageable goals, Sagittarius, but you can do it. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. And now on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, your business partnerships and your one-to-one relationships will be amplified under this new moon. So focus on the expansion and the growth of your partnerships, how you can nurture and support them. Consider which lessons of development come up. And imagine then what it would be like if you aligned your relationships with your travel goals or with your higher education goals. Agree on where to go, be disciplined as you save, and think strongly and heavily about what you actually want to study. Share the responsibilities, set realistic expectations, and hey, don't be afraid to seek academic support if you need it. Thank you so much, Capricorn. And now on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, your working life and your everyday routines will be amplified under this new moon. So for you, try and focus on getting better with each day, improve and refine your skills, show support to coworkers, employees, and make use out of your time. Nurture your habits. Imagine then what it would be like for you if you aligned your everyday life with your deep transformations. Be mindful then of what you consume, for example. Do your research, look into things, recharge your energy, practice self-care, set clear and constructive daily goals, focus on creating new daily habits that are manageable. Start small. Thank you, Aquarius. And lastly then, moving on to Pisces. So Pisces, your love life and your creativity will be amplified under this new moon. For you then, try and focus on supporting your children, nurturing your romantic relationships, attending to your art, music, writing. Practice self-love. Imagine what it would be like for you if you aligned your creativity with your business partnerships. This could be, for example, creating a vision board, breaking down your ideas into manageable bite sizes, so little pieces. Seek practical advice from professionals, from mentors. See that your intuition is a great tool. And of course, adapt to new situations with care. Thank you so much, Pisces. And on that note, everyone, that concludes today's video all about this upcoming new moon in Cancer. I hope this video has prepared you well for the new moon and you find it to be helpful. I hope that you learned something new too. If you did find it to be helpful, you can always buy me a coffee. Certainly subscribe for more if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you liked it today. Stay tuned for more and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!